What's going on YouTube? Trevino here, back with another video. Welcome back to our channel where we give you exclusive content about Texas real estate and construction. As you can tell by the title of this video, I have moved to Houston, Texas, and just wanted to make a quick video here explaining what I've done in the past in terms of real estate and what I'm doing right now and what prompted my move to Houston and what encouraged me to move to Houston. So maybe some of y'all know I'm actually moving from Austin. So I have lived in Austin for 6 years total. So for 4 years I went to school in Austin. I enjoyed it. I learned a lot. I felt like I grew up a lot in Austin. Made some great friends there, and really learned a lot. So in terms of my real estate journey, when I was a sophomore in college there in Austin, I had gotten my real estate license. So really I was doing apartment locating. So really helping my friends find homes and apartments to live in. So I work exclusively with college students, and that's what I did. So I did that for a few years in college. It was great, and it came at an interesting time. So that was back in 2014, and I guess since then, in 2014 until now, these past few years, Austin has grown quite a bit. So it's kind of cool to be able to see the apartments that I maybe had done some locating at, or I remember them being built, and now they're well established in Austin. So it was really able to show me the amount of exponential growth that Austin has experienced, at least in the past 10 years. So really enjoyed that. It helped me get my feet wet, met a lot of people, and enjoyed my time in Austin. And I guess explaining my 2 years after school, so I had worked for a construction lender. So really, we would finance new construction deals. So 99% of the deals that I would take care of were construction deals. And I laid my head in Austin, right? So, I called Austin home, while the majority of the deals that I worked on were in San Antonio and Houston, right? So I guess that would explain why I was on the road quite a bit, traveling to San Antonio, traveling to Houston. So our clients were builders, real estate developers, and investors. And I was the client-facing guy, so I would go and speak to them. I'd go to their construction sites. I'd go meet with them for lunch or whatever it may be. Go to their construction site, shake hands, speak their language, and ask them about themselves and what they're doing and what they're looking to accomplish, assessing their needs and financing their deals. Right. So that was what I did for 2 years, and it was great. It really enabled me to be able to see a broad range of deals. Right, anywhere as small as a $200K loan. Anywhere up to 10 million was our maximum. So I was able to kind of see, again, that broad spectrum. So we would do anything from single family homes, condos, duplexes, townhomes, waterfront multifamily development. So it was kind of a broad range of things that we would do. And it was great. So I was able to learn a lot about how deals were structured, and I guess how real estate financing worked, in the private money and in the construction space world. And it was pretty neat. And I guess for me, growing up in Corpus Christi, a few hours south of San Antonio, 2 hours south of San Antonio on the third coast, the Gulf Coast, I enjoyed growing up there. And I guess, growing up, I always thought that I was reasonably well-versed on the state of Texas. I guess given that I grew up here, I've seen quite a bit of the state. And I'm very thankful for my previous role because I was able to see a lot of the state of Texas and meet a lot of really great and interesting people who are doing big things. And I was also able to see a lot of the different nuances between the markets, right? So the major metros here in Texas, they're very different animals, right? So San Antonio is different from Austin, which is different from Dallas and Fort Worth and Houston, right? So each city has its own, I guess, nuance, a different personality, and not only culturally and personality-wise, but also in terms of real estate and construction, right? So there are reasons why the different cities across Texas, they look different, right? Whether it's zoning or no zoning or deed restrictions or maybe particular rules that go back a few years about why things are taken care of in a certain way, right? Austin has environmental stuff, and Dallas has this, Houston has that, San Antonio has their own little particulars, right? So it was neat to be able to see that and really get a grasp on making mental notes of different nuances across the state of Texas. I'm really thankful to have been able to do that. And I also wanted to explain what drew me to the city of Houston. So for me, again, growing up in Corpus Christi, I had come to Houston, I wouldn't say a lot, but a good amount to feel comfortable. And that's just it. I've always felt comfortable here. I have friends and family here, very thankful for that here in the city of Houston. And I've always loved the city. I don't know, in a strange sort of way, it's always felt like home, maybe because it's 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 hot and humid or whatever it may be, and I feel comfortable that way, much like growing up in Corpus. But yeah, so I've always enjoyed Houston. I really just like I like the attitude here. I don't know what you call it, maybe you pull yourself up by your bootstraps sort of attitude. I don't know if that's exactly correct, but just kind of, to me, a very welcoming attitude, right? So you kind of have this large city, right? If I'm not mistaken, I believe Houston just, surpassed Chicago. So we're now the third largest city in America. And there's a reason why, right? There's a reason why people are coming down here and adding even more to this already growing city. There's a lot to do here, right? So I've always been drawn to the amount of industries that are here. You have, oil and gas, you have the energy, you have medical, you have big real estate, you have tech and finance or whatever it may be. So there's a plethora of opportunities here. And it's a very welcoming city for anyone, regardless of how old you are, right? So maybe you're fresh out of school, right? You're a new college grad. Maybe you've been in the workforce for a bit, getting a job transfer, newly married, older, whatever it may be. So it seems like regardless of what facet of life you're in, Houston has something to offer. And the whole world is here. I know it sounds so cliche because it seems like everyone says that about Houston, but a good friend of mine, he grew up in Sugar Land, which is just right outside Houston, call it a suburb of Houston. And, when we were in college, he was telling me that, at his high school, there were families from 80 different countries in his high school alone. So it really just shows the amount of, the melting pot of cultures here in Houston. So if food's your thing, Houston's definitely the place to be. You can probably get any sort of food in the world here, right? Because the whole world is here in Houston. And I've really been impressed with, like I spoke about before, the attitude, right? Particularly with the young people here. So I've met some, really great people here in the city of Houston who not only as business people, but, just people in general, I have a high, degree of respect for. And I think it's really cool what a lot of the young people are doing here, the entrepreneurial scene in real estate, construction, finance, tech, whatever it may be. So it's pretty cool seeing the amount of young people that are coming here to build their lives and to excel and to meet other people. And I've always liked, like I said, that welcoming nature of people here in the city of Houston. So despite it being a large city, you would assume it's not very friendly or cold or whatever it may be. People keep to themselves. But I found the exact opposite. I found that despite the large size of the city, people have been very friendly and accommodating. Hey, we're having coffee here, we're having lunch here, we're getting this group together, blah, whatever it may be. So it's pretty cool. Maybe I came in a few times a quarter or, however many times I came in, there were always people who were wanting to meet up and get together and ask you about yourself, not just about business, but also, about you as a person, what you like to do and what you wanted to do in the future. So I always, admired that sort of, I don't know, maybe neighborliness. I don't know if that's a word, but maybe that's Southern hospitality. I don't know what you call that, but just like a neighborly sort of attitude that I've really enjoyed here in Houston. So yeah, that's really the big reason why. And also, transitioning to my next role. So I have transitioned to insurance. So I'm very much still in the real estate world, still working with lenders, realtors, investors, different people, home buyers, different people in the real estate industry. So I'm working here in the city of Houston, and really, I'm licensed here in the state of Texas, so really able to take care of insurance policies across the state of Texas. So we'll be able to do home, auto, flood, umbrella, whatever it may be, right? So that's really what we focus on. Yeah, so that's really about it in terms of the new role that I'm doing. I'm pretty excited for it, learning about the insurance world and really just, adding another feather to the cap and being able to, to offer a bit more perspective, the lending and the insurance side as well as the new construction, right? So if you are looking to move to Houston, maybe you just moved to Houston like myself and you want to get together, I really hope this video was helpful to you. If you are in the city of Houston, just a heads up, we will be having events this summer. So we will have builders, developers, investors, different folks in the real estate industry, whether you're very experienced or coming in for the first time, just wanting to learn and network and meet new people. We'll be around this summer, so we'll definitely keep y'all updated in terms of when those meetups will be. If this video has been helpful to y'all, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It really means a lot if y'all are able to do that. And yeah, that's about it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this one. And let us know what you think in the comments. What do you think of Houston? Are you here already? Are you looking to move to Houston? I'm actually very curious about what y'all think. Maybe you're a native Houstonian. Maybe you're on the fence about coming down. So regardless, I'm looking forward to connecting with y'all. And we'll talk to y'all later.